Hi, Sioux Falls. Shannon Austin here with the June episode of Public Works Update. We have a lot to cover today, so I'm going to jump right into it. Well, our first update is out here on Arrowhead Parkway and Veterans Parkway, which we love to come out to this project. Today it's certainly a little dusty. We have a different viewpoint. We welcome back Krista from IDG. Krista, we are standing on the edge of a very big fall here. What is going on right behind us?
Yeah, so behind us we have some storm sewer work happening. Where we're standing is the old Highway 42, old Arrowhead Parkway, and then below us, behind us, is going to be the new Arrowhead Parkway.
So quite a bit lower.
Yes.
I mean, what is that vertical?
It's 15 to 20 feet.
Okay. And then that would be basically just to kind of match into where the development was on the north side and kind of the best of both worlds, the high end on the south and the low end on the north.
Yeah, we're trying to meet in the middle,
Yep.
but also this frontage road, as development happens, this frontage road could actually be abandoned and incorporated into development.
Okay.
And so we expect that they might cut down this hill and then have access to Arrowhead Parkway.
Okay. So it looks like there's still a lot of dirt work going on, and you said there was some storm drainage working. How about the sanitary sewer, that really deep sanitary sewer that you talked about last time? Is this section behind us, is that already in, and where are they at right now with that?
Yeah, so they're coming up to that 50-foot deep manhole. They're running into a couple of issues with a water vein that we found about 30 feet down. And so we just have to take out that mucky, dirty, really wet material and waste it, basically. Take it off site and waste it somewhere. And then backfill it with the good material that we have remaining on site.
So a water vein is much like a natural spring?
Yeah.
So we can do soil borings and soil borings and soil borings, and we would have never spotted that, right?
Right. Our soil borings is going to tell us general water level,
Yeah.
but it's not going to find a natural spring.
Right.
And our soil borings, unfortunately, we can't get them everywhere. So where we took it, we didn't encounter this material.
So does that set back the construction schedule at all, or is this something that is part of the construction? You just kind of, okay, well, we see that, now we just got to deal with it.
We just got to deal with it. We are lucky that we did have excess material available on this site. So we're just not going to haul all of it down to Riverview Avenue and replace some of that material here.
Okay. What comes after the sanitary sewer then?
So the sanitary sewer, when they take a little break from sanitary sewer, they'll come back and they do water main, and then they'll come back and they do storm. And so they're kind of working repeatedly, just one after the other, trying to keep it up so that you don't get too far ahead with sanitary and leave other things behind.
Okay. And I did notice on the way out here that the traffic signal at 6th Street and Veterans Parkway is on, but it's still black. Do you have any idea when that traffic signal will be operational?
Hopefully next week.
Okay, so sometime in this early June.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, that'll certainly be a welcome addition for those folks that are trying to get out on 6th Street.
Yes.
All right, so just a lot of stuff going on. Is there anything else that I'm forgetting to ask you? I mean, as far as there seems like to be a wonderful coordination between all the contractors. They're all local guys working together. Has there been any issues with all the adjacent properties and any concerns from them?
No, everybody has been really nice to work with out here.
Great. All right, well, we'll definitely be back, but it's going to be different when we come back, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It changes daily.
Yes, all right. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Shannon.
All right, we're still here along Arrowhead and Veterans, and we welcome back to the show Sam Cotter from Howard R. Green. Sam, you're the project manager on the Pump Station 240, and we talked with you last fall. So I kind of want to get an update on where the contractor is with the Pump Station 240 to the south of Arrowhead as well as to the north. So let's start on the south.
Yep.
240.
Yeah, south of 240, south of 26th Street, that contractor is done.
Okay.
So they have all their pipe in from 26th down to 57th Street along Veterans Parkway. The next stretch of the project is from 26th to 6th Street, and that contractor is planning on doing that pipe this summer. Okay. And then from 6th Street north is another contract, so that's Lydell Construction, and they will be starting with that pipe first week of June.
So we have 3 different contractors on the 3 different segments?
That's correct. Yep,
Okay.
3.
So the section that would go at the Arrowhead and Veterans intersection, is that as deep as the sanitary sewer that Krista was talking about?
No, this is a force main pipe, so it's under pressure, so that can run at a shallower elevation. So that pipe is about 7 or 8 feet below the ground.
Oh, not very deep at all.
Yeah.
All right. So as I travel along Veterans Parkway, I have noticed that there has been pipe from basically, 6th Street all the way up to Rice Street laying in the boulevard for, let's just say, a long, long time.
Sure.
What is the plan there? I mean, why has been there so long, and I guess what's going on?
Yeah, the pipe got delivered when the contractor signed the contract. So they ordered the pipe, and it's been delivered to the site, just waiting for them to install it. So like I said, the portion from 26th to 6th Street, that'll be installed yet this summer when that contractor, Siteworks is the underground contractor there. So when they wrap up the underground for the main intersection work, that deep gravity sewer, then they'll jump to the force main pipe this summer.
Okay.
And the pipe from 6th Street up to Rice Street, that'll get started here the first week of June, and that's Lidell Construction doing that.
Okay, so that'll close off a lane of Veterans Parkway?
That's correct. Yep. Lidell Construction will continue the single lane closure from the Arrowhead and Veterans Project as they progress north, and once they get north of about Madison Street, then they'll open that lane back up to traffic, but just have shorter lane closures right in the area where they're working.
And then the rec trail is also closed, right?
Correct. Okay. Yes, the recreational trail is closed pretty much this entire project that we're talking about. So from about 26th Street north, there's intermittent closures of the bike trail that you'll see throughout the summer.
And do they anticipate they'll pave it yet this fall?
That's the plan.
Okay.
Yes. So both these contracts, the force main pipe, this PS240 force main, will be complete by November, and paving the trail back is part of their contract.
Okay.
So that'll be done by the end of the year.
All right. Well, very good. So those pipe are going to be there a little while longer.
They will.
All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for your time today.
You bet. Thank you.
Well, we are here on South Veterans Parkway near Sycamore Avenue, and there's just a lot of activity. We welcome Pat. Pat, I don't think we've seen you yet this year.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
It's been a while, so there's so much going on back and forth across Sycamore Avenue. So a lot of dirt being moved here on South Veterans?
Yep, down by 69th and kind of by Highway 11 down there. We're digging a pond down there and bringing that dirt back across Sycamore Avenue and placing it between Sycamore Avenue and Southeastern Avenue.
Okay, and so the last time we talked, I can't remember if it was Mike or Steve, we hadn't gotten the permit yet for Burlington Northern to cross the railroad tracks. Is that why they're kind of working on the east side?
Absolutely, yeah. Until
okay.
we get that permit and the crossing actually installed, we're kind of still at a standstill down there.
Okay, so we don't have that permit yet. So
we do not have that permit.
Maybe in June.
Yes,
hopefully.
we're hoping. Yep.
Okay, so then has there been any issues with the dirt moving on the east side of the tracks? Have you run into any water, or just everything seems to be going pretty well?
Yeah, I mean, the borrow pit has some moisture to it. We need some moisture to help compaction. A little bit of disking and working the dirt, they're able to keep moving right along. So It's actually going really smoothly right now.
Okay, good. So what's going on Southeastern then, south of the new schools?
Yeah, so at Southeastern Avenue, they have completed the water main work there.
Wonderful.
They are working on the sanitary sewer main. The sewer under Veterans Parkway is in a casing pipe, steel casing pipe. They're installing that right now. It's wet in there, it used to be kind of cattaily area. So they're digging through that and trying to get through that right now.
Okay. So then as we cross the railroad tracks then closer to Cliff, what's going on closer to Cliff then?
So down by Cliff Avenue, Sukup is actually hauling in, it's a sandy clay material that we're used for our bridge dirt.
Okay.
Goes kind of under our abutments there. So Sukup is hauling that in, and Grand Guard Construction is down there building a pedestrian box culvert down there.
Okay.
So there's activity down there that is happening, but
Okay.
We're moving along.
So we do have two pedestrian crossings, right?
There's two. Grand Guard is
Okay.
actually working on another one between Sycamore and Southeastern here too.
Okay, good. Well, gee, there's a lot going on then.
There's a lot of people out here, yeah.
Yeah, so is there any utility work on Sycamore Avenue that we have to do?
There is. It's very minimal. It's mostly just like putting casing pipes in for future stuff.
Okay. Well, these scrapers are just like with the first segment, same contractor, right, from the first segment. It's just like a well-oiled machine. They just know exactly where they're going to go. And how many scrapers does he have out here?
So he has 6. He has 5 running at all time and 1 kind of spare if one breaks down.
Wow.
And he's got 5 off-road trucks and all of them are running right now.
Very good. So this one's a little bit different from the first segment because we don't have as many homes. I mean, we have some homes, but not so close to the corridor like we did the first time. So
Absolutely.
how have the people been adjacent to the corridor?
Yeah, they've been really good. The farmers
Okay.
and landowners around here have been really good to deal with.
All right,
so far.
very good. So no changes to traffic on the upcoming month, but I bet the next time we come out here in about a month, it's going to look really different.
Yeah, once we get the underground done in Southeastern, we'll
Yeah.
start putting that back together hopefully.
Because school will
so.
be here before we know it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, they're out now, so look out.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you so much for your time
Yeah,
today.
thanks, Shannon.
Our next stop is over here at Cliff Avenue and Interstate 229 project area. We welcome back Kirk Henderson from the DOT, and there has been a lot of change
Yes, there
since
has.
the last
Yep.
time we've been
Yep.
here. So you got a lot going on. So
Yeah.
where do you want to start?
Oh, I mean, as you can see right now, Cliff Avenue is closed.
Yep.
Probably will be for the foreseeable future.
Okay.
And they're just busy working on underground, whether it's sanitary sewer, storm sewer, or water main.
Okay, so that happened right after Memorial Day. So we're
Yep.
probably it's going to be closed probably for the next three months or so. 4
Yeah,
months or
probably.
so.
Hopefully
Okay.
before school starts, we'll
Okay.
get it back open.
Okay, so then that's on Cliff. We certainly hear some banging noises. What's
Yep.
going on there?
Yep. So behind us, they're putting in temporary sheeting for the new bridge that they're going to build, and then hopefully early June they'll start excavating and start doing piling.
So what is the sheeting for?
It just kind of holds back the dirt for where traffic is at now to make sure we don't have any cave-ins or any loose dirt getting onto places it shouldn't be.
So then will this banging, will it be like throughout the summer, or once they finish the sheathing that'll be done? Or
No, it'll be pretty noisy here probably all summer long.
Okay,
so
very good. So that's good
hopefully
for
people will
understand.
grow accustomed to the noise.
Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so is there additional work going on then on the south side of the interchange? Are those ramps open?
Yeah, so both northbound ramps are open and both southbound ramps are closed.
Okay, so then I see that you have got the pedestrian underpass
Yes.
constructed. So
Yep.
that'll be so cool because that'll be the first one in South Dakota,
Yep.
I think. So is the one on the south of the interchange constructed then?
No, that won't be done till next year.
Till next year,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, so then how about pedestrian traffic through the project area?
So I guess we're kind of urging or asking that traffic pedestrian traffic just follows the detours
Okay.
and don't try to walk through the project just because you never know
Right.
what equipment's going to be driving around, and they aren't expecting pedestrian traffic to be walking through here, and
Right.
I mean they always are trying to be as safe as possible.
Right.
So we're just
And so right now, are they detoured to Minnesota Avenue?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
well, along with the traffic.
correct.
Yeah, so we are actually going to go talk to Heath Hofteaser, our city traffic operations engineer, to talk about the traffic. But driving on Minnesota, that's where a lot of our traffic is ending up. I think, on
Yeah, yep.
Minnesota
So
Avenue.
we're asking motorists just to follow the detours and try not to
Yeah.
use local roads, but to use 26th Street in Minnesota and Southeastern and.
Right. So on all of our construction projects, I always find it interesting. The neighbors are the ones mostly impacted. Have you had lots of conversations with the surrounding neighbors?
Yeah,
and do they come out and
they'll
interested?
come out and ask questions and
Yeah.
everything, and just they just want to know what's going on so
Yeah.
they can stay informed.
Yeah, but they probably like the fact that there's not as much vehicle traffic. It's just a
Yeah,
little louder.
Just a lot louder. Yep. Yep.
All right. Well, then, how about the grading work on 41st Street? What's the situation on getting 41st Street then back open?
Well, yeah, I know they've got all their underground done, and then they'll be working on putting in a gravel cushion, and then hopefully then paving it after that.
Okay. So was 41st Street supposed to be open by the time school starts too, around that same time?
I believe the contractor's
Yeah.
kind of hoping to get all the whole north side wrapped up.
Okay. And
This year, yeah.
certainly our weather, and it's only June, but it's been somewhat dry, so hopefully
Right.
they can.
Yeah.
they can-
Hopefully have a somewhat dry summer
Yeah,
so we can
excellent.
get a lot of work done.
And do you guys have monthly updates on your website that people
Yeah,
can go to?
I mean, anytime we have a major traffic change or something major happens, we always put something out on social media to let
Okay.
people know.
Very good. Well, it certainly is busy.
Yes,
here.
it is, yep.
All right. So thank you very much for your time.
Yep. Thank you.
Well, we're bringing it inside next with our traffic operations engineer, Heath Hofteaser. Welcome.
Thank you.
So we were just out at Cliff and 229 and talking to the DOT regarding what's happening with the construction projects. Certainly with the recent closure of Cliff Avenue, there's been a lot of chaos on our other streets across the city. Can you first off tell us where are you seeing all the traffic right now?
So it's definitely Minnesota Avenues where we've seen the majority of the traffic go from Cliff Avenue. Preliminarily, it looks like we've seen a little over 10,000 vehicles make the shift from Cliff to Minnesota Avenue. So And to give people an idea, it's Minnesota Avenue went from what it typically is to just about what 41st Street has for traffic
very
volumes.
good. Well, I'll give you a little piece of my experience. So I drive home on River Boulevard and Southeastern, and I can't believe how far back Southeastern's
Yep.
even backed up. So what can our citizens do? Can they drop you an email or give you a phone call just letting you know on areas that maybe you aren't aware of?
Yep, phone calls, emails, our Tyler 311 app that they can find on the web. Those are all great ways to contact us to let us know about problem spots that they might see out there from what's going on. One of the things that we did on Minnesota Avenue, we retimed it so that we on corridors we put in green bands, which are kind of the timing, the parameters and the timings for the flow of traffic from one intersection to the next.
Okay.
And we basically doubled the amount of traffic in the morning for northbound on Minnesota Avenue and southbound in the evening on Minnesota Avenue. We have a 70-second window that we're trying
Wow.
to push traffic through, which is kind of unheard of for what we've done in the past. So.
But apparently, is it working? Have you seen?
Yeah, I mean, traffic's tough out there, but we're moving a lot of traffic.
Okay. So, and I know you and I have talked in the past with our experience here working for the city that the first couple of weeks on a detour is always the toughest. Do you anticipate that maybe by mid to late June, everybody will have their routes?
Yeah, usually, from our experience, a lot of times it's people try about 3 or 4 different ways to get around a construction project till they kind of settle into, okay, I think this is what's working best for me. That's what we saw on the east side earlier this year. Once we put those closures in place, it took a little over a week for people to really settle down, and then once they settle into their patterns, we're able to go collect more data on where the traffic is and fine-tune the intersections even more.
Great.
So.
And then, it always seems like we get complaints about some drivers just getting frustrated and cutting through neighborhoods. What can you give that advice to those drivers?
One of the big things for projects like this, we stress for if you have any flexibility in your schedules. One thing, always try to, during the construction season, if you're traveling on the corridors that are being worked on, plan for a little bit longer trip. But if your schedule is flexible, if you can go to work earlier or later or adjust your hours, it's a great time and a great reason to do so.
Right, excellent. And I know that we have very close communication coordination with the police department. So if there are some speeding, we will always make sure our police folks are out there, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yep.
Our last stop today is way west of town at the Sioux Falls Regional Landfill, like that big old sign behind us. And we welcome Donnie Cooper from our landfill. We haven't been out here for a while, Donnie. You guys have been certainly busy building stuff.
Yes, a lot of fun projects.
Yeah, so talk a little about our brand new scale house.
Yeah, so we're just finaling up on this new scale house. We did a design and bid it out and had some good quality bids and it turned out really nice. We added an additional lane. So prior to this scale house, the old scale house only had 2 inbound lanes, and now we have 3 inbound lanes. And we added a canopy that has message boards that we can change based on traffic flows, and we can open and close and fully staff all 3 lanes.
Wonderful. So I remember the last time we were out here, we had the interview inside, and we were all almost sitting on top of one another. So our operators actually have a little bit of space to spread out, and then I do see that there's additional shacks for them to be in for all 3 of the lanes.
Yes, correct. So this scale house is about double the size as the old scale house.
Wow.
It has a full break room, conference room, and the 2 scale huts in inbound 1 and inbound 2 are fully furnished with kitchenette system in a bathroom.
Wow.
And so it's a lot more comfortable for our employees.
That's wonderful, wonderful. So then has that, it's probably only been open since last fall. Has it improved your efficiencies? Is there any way to tell?
Yes, absolutely. So we keep track of all of the customers that we see every day, and we know exactly how many vehicles are on each lane.
Okay.
So it's really spread it out, and the throughput is much better and faster. There's little to no wait times for customers when they come in. Even on busy Saturdays when we open up all 3 lanes to all traffic, very little wait time, and people can get in and out really quick.
Well, that sure is great. So, speaking of Saturdays, then I know that you also had some adjustments to your hours of operation. What are your hours of operation?
Yes. So we went to 7:30 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. Monday through Saturday, all year long. Gives our customers the ability to come in and not lose an hour during that daylight savings
Well,
time.
just be more consistent too. It's like, man, is it earlier? Is it late? So that's great.
Yeah, it's better for communications, and people understand that they can come the same time all year long.
Great. So I know we also, last time we were out here, we talked about our free landfill pass, and I know you also made some upgrades, some changes to the landfill pass. Tell us a little bit about that.
So about 2 years ago, we stopped mailing out postcards to residents, and we now have a software system where we can scan a driver's license or a state ID that verifies you're from the 5-county region. And we opened that up for residents to utilize that free pass all year long, and not just in a window of opportunity of 4 months. So
that's wonderful.
It spreads it out all year long, and you can use that anytime throughout the year. One time free pass, and then it resets every January 1st of every year. And so this year we've received a little over 3,000 free passes so far this year.
Wow, that's great.
So we're getting a lot of good participation with that program. We did open it up to multifamily residents as well, so they can utilize that free pass. It's just a really good program. It's well received, and it just helps keep our community clean.
Well, yeah, and then I think just to kind of normalize the amount of people that you have coming versus everybody coming on on Saturday, from 7 to 5. It just don't have to worry about getting here on a quick time.
Absolutely. And it doesn't. We don't get that major rush towards the end of a free pass season.
Right. So then, as a homeowner, and I want to drop off stuff with my driver's license, the drop-off locations are still generally in the same area, but you did add some locations.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yep, absolutely. So same concept, same area, bring the same type of material you always have. We've doubled the capacity, added extra roll-offs, so people don't have to wait in line to get into that public drop-off area. So yeah, super efficient over there too.
Okay, very good. All kinds of additions to the area. So then I did hear that you were going to have some improvements on actual 41st Street. So what can we expect in this summer yet on 41st Street?
So we determined that it's a good time to put a left turn lane off of 41st Street, where you turn to come onto the landfill road.
Okay.
That is in final design stages right now. We're looking at bidding that out July 3rd, and it'll be a little bit later season project, probably August at the earliest. So they'll close that section of road off while they're building that turn lane and divert traffic through a detour over to Highway 42 and around to get to the landfill.
It certainly will add a little bit to the safety, I suppose, of turning into the high turning movements.
Yeah. Absolutely. So the through traffic, the westbound traffic won't have to stop and wait for landfill traffic to turn into the landfill.
Right. So any other new things that are going on out here?
We always do our annual landfill gas enhancement program that helps us maintain our landfill gas and leachate infrastructure. So that'll be kicking off here in about 3 weeks, where the contractor will come in and start adding vertical wells and horizontal collectors, and just help us with our gas efficiencies, our flows, and our gas qualities.
Wonderful. So is that the leachate?
That's the methane.
Methane.
Landfill gas, and that landfill gas we capture to help with emissions, and then we actually use that as a beneficial reuse and sell that to the local biorefinery as an alternative to natural gas.
Wow, you got a lot going on, man.
Yeah.
Keeps you out of trouble.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time today, and we want our citizens, to keep their area clean by coming out to the landfill.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Well, hey, Sioux Falls, There is so much going on, and it's only June. Every project that we visited, there was just a lot of activity. Remember to stay in touch with what's happening with our projects on siouxfalls.gov/construction for those monthly updates. And until next time, I'll see you on the streets.